There is a duality component to growth that is often overlooked in conversations, and it bothers me a lot. When people talk about growth, they only imagine an upward trajectory. They only imagine visibility. But there is an equally important component to growth that isn't talked about enough. As you grow up in visibility, you must also grow down in introspection and self-improvement. The louder the applause gets, the longer the hours you should spend at rehearsal. Check this out. Do you realize that a tree grows both ways? It grows up and it grows down. Now let me explain. It grows down at first. That's the root system. It also represents all the boring, routine, thankless work that you are doing in the background that nobody is seeing. Then at some point, the stem shoots up and people start to see the plants growing, maybe bear fruits even. Now the interpretation for that is that all of your hard work in the background is now gaining visibility and you are now being rewarded for it. Now let's go back to the plant. The mistake you make is to think that because the plant is now growing up, it has stopped growing down. That's false. In fact, the higher into the sky the plant grows, the further into earth the roots extend. Which means the more visibility you get, the more you must contend for increased capacity and skill, stronger character and competence. People applaud the skyscraper and ignore the foundation, but the skyscraper doesn't. Don't ignore the consistency and competence that got you here. True success is holistic. I was having a chat with an older friend who is a top player within the fintech space, and he asked me a very interesting question. He asked me, what is the default setting of your productivity? And without hesitation, I told him excellence. He laughed and then asked me how I came to that conclusion. I then told him, I've realized that for most people, their level of productivity is hinged on two factors. One, how big or small the pay is. Two, the stature and credibility of the client. So I decided to set a whole new template outside of those two for myself. There's an internal regulatory system that I operate by. So much so that if I'm doing you a favor and for some reason I'm offering my services to you for free, you will still get the best of me. My standards for productivity are not dependent on anything external. That's how you outcompete. That's how excellence can become a consistency. You know, one day during my musings, I wrote something that captures my philosophy on productivity. I wrote, even on cloudy days and days when everything looks gloomy, I look up into the sky and I know that it doesn't matter if I see it or not. The sun is shining thanklessly somewhere above the clouds, ever consistent. It does not wait for my validation. It does not require any encouragement from me. It does not care the size of the audience. It doesn't even need me to see it shining. It just does, because that's what it was designed to do. Every day, I respect the sun.
I made this video for those who are going through what seems to be the toughest period in their life, or that they've had in a very long time. My brother, Ahmad the poet, said something really profound last week. He said, the noise is loudest when it's passing you by. He then gave an example of an ambulance. It is loudest when it's close to you. Let me tell you something I learned from that. You see, most of us see challenges as something that is coming for us. So we panic, we break down, we internalize it, we personalize it. But what if that anxiety, that delay, that betrayal was just passing through your street and not delivering to your door? What if the enemy is just passing by with a megaphone and out of fear, we invite him in? Look at that ambulance analogy. You hear it from afar. The sirens get louder, louder, closer. Then boom! It is deafening as it flies past. And just like that, silence. Calm returns. It was never coming for you. It was just passing by you. Sometimes it's not pressure, it's proximity. Pain often screams like it owns the road, but a lot of times it's just in transit. You know what I've realized? You can survive anything if you stop trying to stop everything. A lot of times you are just on the same path as these challenges. Panic is optional. Most people don't get destroyed by their storm. They get destroyed by their interpretations of the storm. Just because it got louder does not mean it got worse. Sometimes it's just closer to the end. Everything obeys time, including your problems. Your future is on the other side of the noise, not on the other side of your breakdown. Everything is in motion. Let the siren pass. Let the moment pass. Let the fear pass. Hold your peace and keep your ground. Stillness is such a powerful strategy. No wonder God recommends it. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is survival. Let it pass.